how to master money without becoming a slave to work. Money will set you free, but only for a little time. It's like almost imagine it like a hill. If this is money and you're climbing up the money, once you get to the top, now you're free. But now your business is successful, and you keep growing the business. If this is slave, right? Then you go back to slave. You're just a different type of slave. Okay, how does that work? Basically, you start your self-employed business, alhamdulillah, you don't have to show up at 9 to 5 and everything's going smooth and stuff like that. And sales start coming in. You start making money, alhamdulillah, that's great. Now you've made, back to Umair or something like that, you've made more than 3,305 in a month. You're making 4,500 per month. His dream job, he's got his town and country, life is great. But then something happens. More people want to buy. And people, there's returns, things like that. And then when he wants to go for a ride in his town and country, he's not able to do that because he's got sales to deal with. And so he goes down and becomes a slave back to the work, back to the business. Okay? And you don't want to do that, and that's what I'm talking about here at the, coming towards the end, is that yes, we've been talking about this business, but you have to understand money for what it is. That's why I said the whole point of being a billionaire or being a millionaire, is that really what you want? And for a lot of people, no, it's not what they want. And you can tell that in the society, a lot of people don't even reach those levels because nobody really needs that, right? Whatever you actually are trying to achieve, you don't necessarily need, 7-figure income to get that done. You can probably get it done with much less. So with your money, you need to make lifestyle choices with your money. So for example, things like, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed you with money, spend more time exercising. Take care of your health. Allah blessed you with money, spend time with your family. Right? Just take more vacation time with them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed you with this wealth. Schedule your priorities first. I actually started Al-Maghrib because I wanted to schedule my schedule before other people could schedule me. Right? So back in the day, before Al-Maghrib, everybody, can you come to our masjid? Can you do a lecture on Saturday? We're doing this, we're doing that. And I just got sick and tired of that. I said, I want to decide what I do with my life. So Al-Maghrib started. Anytime someone invites me, I'm like, are you inviting me for weekdays? And they're like, no, we'd like you to come on Friday. Sorry, I can't come. Just automatically just cancel it right there. I'm like, yes. It's the perfect excuse. I'm teaching a class that's larger than your event, more beneficial, and all of the above. I don't need to come to your little community and stuff like that. Just focus on what I'm doing, schedule. But then, as you get more involved in your business, then you'll find that your business, the one that you love so much, is taking you away from your family. Or taking you away from your priorities. You have to start scheduling them in. So things like this, you schedule a 1-month-long vacation. Allah blessed you with money, and you've turned it into a business system. Leave. Go somewhere else. Just separate yourself. Go to Mecca and just spend the summer in Mecca. Right? Just hang around the haram, the nicest hotels. You just start spending your money and stuff like that. Shut off all the computers, shut off all the phones, and just enjoy your time. It's called living. All right? SubhanAllah, and I did that, you're sitting with family, there's no phone breaking you off, there's nothing, you're not multitasking or anything like that. You're actually like human being to human being. And I love that so much, and I'm going to give you some techniques. You don't have to do that once a year. You can do it every day, inshallah ta'ala. There's somebody, if anybody you're going to get an example from, this is like one of the funniest examples. Eminem. Do you guys know Eminem? Does anybody not know Eminem? Yes, the rapper. Not M&M's. You don't know who Eminem is? Okay, he's so Eminem, anybody, you hear his rap, it's all like bleep, bleep, it's like all swear words and all of that stuff, right? This is his lifestyle. You'd think like he's just a punk. Eminem goes to a concert. He does a concert in one city. He, after the concert, will not go out with friends, will not go to a party or anything like that. He will take a limousine to the airport, to his private jet, and fly home to spend the evening with his daughter. He will spend the evening with his daughter, put her to sleep. When she wakes up in the morning, he will be there. He will spend the day with her. In the afternoon, he will take a flight back to the same city, which is, like a Sunday concert. It's in the same location. he will not spend the evening in that city. And he will not party with anybody or anything like that. He will spend his life with his daughter. He's there when she goes to sleep. He's there when she wakes up in the morning. He uses his money, and you guys are like Muslim, you're getting like iman rushes from this guy, right? If he's a non-Muslim, and he swears in his rap songs, and all of this stuff, and yet he uses his money for the sake of his family. What about you? Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses you with this wealth, and how much time are you spending and prioritizing things in your family? I know someone else, very wealthy, and this person basically, the only way you can contact them is through fax. If you want to talk to them by phone, you have to make an appointment. This person does all his seminars in his own city because he has like exercise, he like runs races and stuff like that. That's in his own city. Any seminars in his city, if you want an appointment, it's in his city. Everything is revolved around him. Do you think he makes money? This guy's like, $100 million or something like that, right? That's like the next level there. Prioritizing your life. Some people come up to me, they're like, how can I contact you? Exactly. They're like, but what if I wanted to email you? You can't. What if I wanted to phone you? If you had my phone number, I would change my phone number. And I'm serious. And I don't lie to the people. They say, like, can I get your phone number? I'm like, no. They're like, you're joking, right? I'm like, no, I just don't contact people. My mom has my phone number, my wife, and that's it. Nobody has my phone number. If I call people, I do *67 and like block it or something like that so nobody sees what the number is. And someone got my phone number and just all of a sudden like randomly started phoning me and stuff like that. I emailed the brother and I said, you know what, you just don't understand the way that I work, and I'd like to explain it to you before things get it. Just don't phone me anymore. Do me a favor, just make me feel good, take my phone number off of your phone. And I say this with honesty. This is actually the British style, which is to just tell you straight up in your face. The American style is to backbite and hold it in their hearts and hold it for years and years and years, not tell you the truth. If you messed up with me, I just tell you straight. Even sometimes some of you have come in the breaks and I just, it's my break time, just cut. Just stop talking. I tell it to Hazem all the time. Right? You're hurting my head, just stop talking. And it's not done in a mean way. It's just upfront, and that's the way you deal with. So for your life, you want to be in balance, inshallah ta'ala. When we spoke about the organizational chart and we spoke about the bottleneck, almost always when you start your company, you will become the bottleneck. You yourself, it's your company, you'll become the bottleneck. Everybody will start surrounding themselves around you, and you'll get this idea that nobody can do the job better than you can. What you need to do is give people some work and don't ask them about it. They're accountable for it till the end. Even if they lose the customer or anything like that, and that's if you're dealing with eagles, not ducks. But you're dealing with eagles, you give them the chance to build their careers. And once you've given them the chance to build their career, you'll see that they will thrive. In the different areas that they will deal with, they don't even need to go back to you anymore, and you don't want them to come back anymore. On the opposite side of this, right, we're talking about having a balance in life and with family. You have some employees that basically are totally disengaged from their business, right? This would be like an employee that's like, I'm not going to check emails, I'm not going to do this, a lot. And they're not even doing work. So it's not that they're in balance. In fact, they're messing up their own business, saying that it's for the sake of their family, yet even in their business, they're disengaged. The work hours that they're supposed to be working, the boss doesn't need to do all these extra work hours, but even those work hours, they're disengaged, right? And I keep picking on Uzair over there, but I'm sure when Uzair goes to work, he's disengaged from his work just by what he was saying, right? And so you can still be in balance. You go to work with full intensity and do your job, what you're being paid to do, and inshallah ta'ala, you'll see, even if you quit your job later, at least that habit of working with full intensity, you will continue afterwards, wherever you go. But I don't like for a Muslim to go to work and be paid, and then they're basically blaming their boss for giving them a paycheck, right? And many of them get fired afterwards, and believe me, they probably deserve to get fired, just because they spend all day long just checking email and getting paid to check their email like that. You've got to come in with full engagement. And here's another aspect. If you've ever seen this on a treadmill, it's called interval training, right? One of the most effective training methods. You work very hard and then you rest very hard. Work hard, rest very hard. So if you're going to be fully engaged in what you're doing, you also want to be fully disengaged when you take a break. So for example, if I take a break, it's like 10 minutes, I want to be fully disengaged from what I'm talking about, otherwise my mind hasn't braked. So I was actually thinking, if I had a PlayStation outside, And then at break time, I immediately rushed to the PlayStation, had a big screen and stuff like that, and I just started playing like Street Fighter or something like that, basically the video game, and the focus completely changed from what we're talking about. For 10 hard minutes, we play hard on the game, and then we come back, right? Mine was totally disengaged, and you came back. If I'm relaxing or something like that, it's complete relaxation, complete. So that when you get back to work, you're completely working full intensity. Interval training, which is what you want to do. You don't want to be going home and still engaged in your work, and you talk to your family and friends and you're still engaged in your work, multitasking. You never give yourself a break. You'll burn out, no matter who you are. You'll burn out, and now you're not engaged with your family and you're not engaged with your business and your company, and everything around you collapses. Here are some rituals that I've applied that you might be interested in. At home, I have a no email policy. I do not check emails at home. 0. In fact, I was even considering taking internet out of the home. Obviously, you'll need it for some things, but I've thought about it. Taking internet out of the home so that home is completely family related. Obviously, if you have home business, that might be a little bit different, but you understand what I'm saying. No email at home. Number 2, when I travel on the weekends, I never access the internet. Right? I never access the internet. As you guys know, I don't give my phone number out to anybody, and I don't communicate via phone. When I'm communicating with people, basically, either they're leaving a voicemail message for me, or they'll send an email to a certain account, and I'll respond to it on Monday. You will receive a response next business day. Right? I use my phone for the calendar, for the notes, but I have a BlackBerry, and it receives no email. And I never have any intention of, turning that service on. It receives no email. I just use it for the other functions. At night, and I'm talking night, like 8 p.m., I will go to that little antenna and I'll shut off the antenna. So that it's nighttime. By the way, also for health reasons, you don't want to have an antenna taking signals and give you cancer in your brain while you're sleeping. Right? You guys didn't know that one, did you? Right? You have something so close to your head all night long, it'll like mess up your head. You shut off the antenna, and now you're just using the phone for other reasons, such as the alarm clock or basically the other functions that are there on the phone. The signal goes off at a certain time, 8 o'clock or maybe 10 o'clock, whatever it is, but I would shut down the signal. I would never multitask with family members in front of me or friends. So for example, if someone's talking to me, I won't pull out my phone and try typing an email message while someone's talking to me. Right? Or if I'm sitting with my daughter or something like that, I'm not going to be, just hold on and just type something on the computer, send an email. Yeah, what were you saying? Because the mind is not there with the child or not there with the family member, and they understand this. You're multitasking, your mind is somewhere else. If you're with the family, your mind is focused. If you're with your friends, pay attention to them. Sometimes even in the office, if someone wants to talk to me and I am really engaged in something, I'll just, give me 5 minutes, let me finish this, and then I'll give you my full attention. After that's done, shut down the computer screen, step away from your desk and go sit on a different table with the person. Something totally disengaged from the computer. No bells going off on your computer or anything like that. You're fully engaged. And then you don't need to spend too much time. Because when you're fully engaged, when you're multitasking, a lot of people think you get more done when you multitask. And we've said that when you focus, power comes from the focus. If you focus, you will get more done. If you multitask, you're just delaying things. Everything is done mediocre and nothing gets done. And believe me, the people that check their emails all day long, they get no work done. All day long, like hours and hours and hours, probably the only productivity they have in a day is 15 minutes. Right? If that. And just to prove this, what happens at your company when the email is down? When the internet's not working anymore? No, basically, this is what happens. Everybody comes out of their offices like zombies. Correct? Especially with teachers. Would you agree? How many people know this? When the internet goes down, everybody comes out like a zombie. Yeah? And they start talking to each other. Well, what's wrong? Oh, the internet's down. I'm not able to check my email. So there are other software programs on your computer, like Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel and Microsoft, right? You've got all these other programs, but those are actually productivity programs. That's why people have no use for them. They just need the email and they just pretend like they're working and stuff like that. Anyhow, okay? Be willing, remember when he said going down before going up? Be willing to cancel things for the sake of your family. You have a big event coming up, you know what? family's more important, cancel them out. Who's gonna speak up from your family members? Maybe you have like a spouse that's whining and stuff like that. But you see, if you have children, they don't know how to fight. They don't know how to schedule you in. Right? So a masjid will schedule in, or activity, or this event or that event. You have to basically speak on behalf of the family. You have to cancel things. You know what? I'm not going to show up for the sake of my family. What you will find is that because this person has faced with this stressful situation, they've stepped back, they were patient for the sake of Allah. When they do deliver, they will be a warrior delivering. If this is a speaker, they're going to be the best speaker. If this is a person coming to work, they're going to be the best worker. Because, and this is like a person going into the zone. Through 4 steps, a person basically has a stressful situation. Step number 2, they step back like I'm talking about here. And third is that they go into the zone. When they do show up after their vacation, they're so ignited with so many ideas, they just unleash. When they've taken a time out with their family, they're fully engaged with their family, fully disengaged from their work, they come back the next day, they're fully engaged. They become an awesome interval-trained athlete in whatever they're doing, because of balancing their life, inshallah ta'ala.